family. How's everybody doing today? Let's talk about the single mixer. The singles mixer, family. This is when you have a lot of single people that will get together and try to meet each other, have conversations, get to know each other, and things like that. Please hit the like and subscribe, please, if you haven't already. Please, everybody act like it's so hard to hit the like button. It's free, easy, thumbs up, just hit it. Clink. Just tap it like that. Just tap it like that, family. Just tap it like that. Come on now, support your girl. Help your girl out right here. But anyway, the singles mixer. As y'all see the title, it's when single people get together. They have it's either a group or an organization that will send out some invitations of flyers and things like that to the Facebook, to Instagram, to things like that, and let single people know, hey, we're having a single mixer in this city, this town, this time. Tickets about $20, $40, $50, whatever they charge. And then you go to that event and you get to meet other single men and single women, and y'all all mingle, have fun, have a good time, things like that. So that's what they're doing now, the single mixer. And it's a lot of people that don't like to be bothered with the single mixer, and there's a lot of people that do participate in this. I did see where on June 25th that they will be having that. In New Orleans, I saw where they having a single mixer. I didn't look in while I was looking into this singles mixer thing. I saw where it's one in New Orleans, June 25th. Okay, so I don't know the time or anything like that. Anybody want to know about it, they can Google it, because that's what I did, because I wanted to get a better understanding of this single mixer thing. Okay, so anyway, family, there was this single mixer, and it was down there in Texas, and no men showed up at the event. This is what they said. Now, a chick put out this video, and she was showing the single mixer and showing that it was full of women, beautiful black women, but no men. And so the women was kind of disappointed, shocked, couldn't understand, confused why the black men didn't show up at this singles mixer event. Okay, because these black women was sharp, honey. They was looking nice. Put it that way. They was very neat. They was looking nice. And this single mixer, family, is they have up there at the top it says for professional single people, and between the ages of 36 and 47 is the age bracket. But hey, anybody can throw a single mixer and make it age bracket higher or the age bracket lower. It just depends on who throwing the thing or whatever. But hey, a lot of single people can get together. If you got a couple of single friend guys, or you got a couple of friend single girls, y'all can come up with something, rent a little small building and have it decorated real nice and have a big, nice open event or something like that. And then just, throw it yourself if that's what you want to do. It just don't have to be that you have to wait on this event. I know some people that throw single parties themselves, and then they send out invitations on their Facebook, Instagram, and things like that, and then people show up. They'll charge about $20 for the event, and everybody come, and everybody, that everyone who is there is single, supposed to be single, okay? And so that's how it go. But the women were shocked at this event here that happened, that no men showed up. They didn't show up at all. And I want y'all to listen, because it's a twist at the end of this here story. So y'all stay with me. Don't leave, okay? Because it's going to be a shock twist at the end, okay? So anyway, you had a bunch of beautiful black women looking nice, and they were sitting at the table waiting on men to show up, and the men didn't show out. So check this out, family. I want y'all to see that this event, that some men, well, the men didn't show up for this event, okay? And the women was very shocked, confused, that where's all the black men at? You know, because they ready to mingle and talk to some single men, and, you know, they got all dressed up and nice, just ready for this event. And they didn't show up, family. So check this out right here. This is a singles mixer right here. Okay?
And only women showed up.
Now see, only women showed up is what they say. Check this out.
Went to a singles mixer.
Not a man in sight,
Only
family.
women showed up.
This is amazing. And people saying, why didn't the men want to come? You see how, you see all these single ladies are just sitting there. Look at their family. They just sitting there waiting on the men. There's no men in sight. And look at this chick here. She's sitting there like, ain't this some damn bullshit right here? Ain't no men show up. Look how she's sitting there looking, family. Like, you know what? I done put on my gear. I done put on my makeup. Looking sweet and fine and fresh. And no men in sight. You know, I'm feeling sexy. And here it is, nobody is here. She looking like, ain't this a big bunch of mess right here? I did not come to see all these women. I thought it was going to be some men here. You know, I'm going to tell you right now, family, if one man walk through that door, they're going to bum rush his ass. I'm telling you, everybody was sitting there waiting on the men to show up. Okay, now, I look at it like this, family. It's either 3 reasons why men didn't show up at this event to me. I mean, I'm just saying, family, my take on it. It's only 3 reasons why all these women were sitting there by themselves and no men showed up to this event. Okay? And the first reason I say that maybe something was going on or something like that, it was another big event going on. The reason why the men didn't show up at this singles mixer. Okay? And then another one I say is that, some men probably, thought that these are career women who have their shit together. They not playing no games. They ready for a relationship. And some of the men probably not ready for a relationship. And, some men feel like, these women have too much to offer. And I'm just not, ready to settle down with anybody, And then, the men probably thought that these women were looking for the perfect man, These women looking for somebody with 6 figures. These women looking for a man who's 6 feet tall. And then they looking for a man who have only a 6-pack body and all that. So some men like, nah, I ain't going because they got a certain, type of man that they all going to be looking for. And I don't have that. So I'd rather not go. I'm not going to be embarrassed and go here. And then, I get turned down, and some men are not ready to settle down yet. So then they probably didn't come. Now, the third reason could be what this brother here said. Now, check this out, family, because this brother here heard about this single mixer that no men showed up. So then he said that this was the problem. So this is number 3. So let's see what he is saying, the reason why men did not show up at this here singles mixer. Okay? Now, let's see if he knows or this his take on why the men didn't show up at this particular event. Check it out, family.
A man
Okay, so check that out, family. He said that when men walk into a mixer, a single mixer or whatever, and it could be at a club, family, it could be at a big party or something, and a man walk up to him, and he's saying that the women, throwing their nose up, saying, you too short, you broke, you this, you that, okay? And you have to listen to him, family, because there are some women out here that do that. And there's a lot of women out here that are very picky. And most of the time, the women will turn that man away who most likely would have been their soulmate. Okay? And there are just certain ways that you turn a man down, and you don't do it rude. It's just certain ways that you could turn a man down, but if you do it in a rude way, now you're messing with that man's ego and his pride. But check it out, because this is what some men really do say. The reason why they don't like going to events like this, the single mixer, or they don't like approaching women in clubs, because this is the attitude that they get. So just check it out. Listen carefully. Have that open mind, family. You know what I'm saying? Have that open mind. But this is what he's saying. Okay, now he's saying, so why would we want to deal with that? So I hope that y'all, the women, are listening very closely, women in the knowledge family. Because if you be honest, ladies, if you be honest, that is some of what a lot of women do inside these events or inside the clubs and things like that. They do act like this, And ladies, you have to think about it. If you walked up to a man and started talking to him, and if a man told you, nah, you don't look right, or nah, you broke, or nah, you too short, then women be mad as hell. They will be mad as hell. Like, what the hell he talking about? That I'm too short, or I look funny, or, I'm broke, or whatever. Women will be mad as hell. But then women will do that to some men. And that's not right. It's a way to turn everybody down without being rude. And so we just have to listen and have that, that open mind of what this man here is saying. But we do have a lot to talk about, family. But check this out, and listen to what he is saying. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so you hear what he's saying. Okay, so y'all basically hear what he's saying. And this is what the reason why he said a lot of men don't show up to these type of events. And family, I just have to say, even if a man is ugly as hell or a woman is ugly as hell or whatever y'all want to call it, or not your type or whatever, it's still the way you turn a person down. And you're supposed to turn him or her down lightly and with respect. And at these type of events, you're supposed to be open to being approached by everybody. If you attend these type of events, you're supposed to be able to have the mindset of being approached by everybody. It doesn't matter who it is, because that's what this event is for. And it's a lot of people that go in there, women, and this is what he is saying, is that a lot of women come in there with their nose up in the air and, acting like they the shit and don't want to be bothered and all that. And my thing is, a lot of what that man said, a lot of it is true. And it's a lot of women that have to work on themselves and think about, if you're going to these single events or you going to the club, it's a lot of women that'll get sharp as hell. And they will spend an hour or hour and a half getting themselves ready to go out to a club and like, they getting ready for the fellas and all that. And then when they get there, they treat the fellas like shit. They'll look at them, roll their eyes, or sit there at the table, have their hand on their, head, and looking through their phone and really don't want to be bothered. Things like that do have to change if you are the one out there looking for a good soulmate for yourself. You can't go out there stuck up and acting like your ass is on your forehead, if you trying to get a date. And I really wanted to talk about that, family, because there's a lot of women that's acting like they high and mighty, and they act like they high and mighty. And women, let's talk about that. And I want to talk about what this man here too said, because now men have to understand, men, when y'all at the club or y'all at these single events, if you sit down with a woman and she talking to you or whatever, but she's kind of not answering too much, then you automatically know she's not interested. Just move on and go find somebody who might be interested in your conversation. It's some men that will still sit there and hold up this woman by sitting there talking and talking. See that the woman is not interested. See that the woman don't want to talk to him. See that the woman don't want to dance with him. See that the woman you just not that woman's type, and will still sit there and won't damn leave. Now you're blocking that woman from talking to someone else who she might be interested in. That's another problem, the reason why some women are so cold to men sometimes at a club or at a singles event or something like that, because once some women let men down easy, the man don't know how to walk his ass off and go on once he's realized that this woman is not interested. He's just going to still sit there. Then the woman have to be rude to his ass like, I don't feel like being bothered, baby. And then he like, oh, okay. Now he got his all up in his feelings. Now his feeling is hurt. His ego is hurt. And his pride is hurt. And all that. Because he didn't have the knowledge to know that, okay, she's being cold and quick or whatever. So I'm just going to ease off. And if you ease off and the woman didn't want you to ease off, she'll come to you, most likely, and say, hey, why you walk off or whatever. Then you'd be like, oh, I didn't know you wanted to be bothered. You was kind of short and cold with your answers. So I just kind of moved on. So, man, you have to engage. You have to gauge when a woman is putting you down easy and to walk off, instead of she's putting you down easy and you just still sit there and block everything she's trying to do. Then if she get up and leave your ass sitting there, then you still gonna say the sister is rude. So you have to understand that point of view as well. Now, women, let's talk about the women, because some women will go out with their doggone friends. They all done got, everybody's single. Might be one married one in the group that decide to go out with her homegirls or whatever. But most of the time, you got some women that's sitting around there at a table, at a club, women. Now think about what I'm finna say, okay? Before you get too hyped and bothered. But listen, a lot of women will go out with their friends, sit down at a table, and then a man will come, and because that man don't fit the rest of the women, that one woman will still say, well, now, you know, it's like women will be together, and because of this man is not what your homegirls think he should be, then everybody turn him down. When that man could have been somebody in that group soulmate, could have been the one for that person. But because when the man get ready to walk up, it could be four ladies sitting down and one lady say, what the hell he doing coming over here? Lord have mercy. Look at him. I don't nobody feel like being bothered with him. Now everybody at the table don't want to be bothered with the man. Well, just because she said she don't want to be bothered with him, that has nothing to do with the other three ladies sitting at that table. But women seem to let that influence them. When one say something about a man, then everybody don't want to be bothered with the man. That's not how it should be. You know, knowing that your ass is looking for a good man and acting stuck up and like your ass is all on your forehead and shit. And just because you around your homegirls, now you done turned down about 4 or 5 men because about 4 or 5 women in your group has said something about that man. And now you too shamed to get up and dance with the man because they done said something negative about the man. You too shamed to sit down and have a conversation with the man because one of the girls done said something negative about that man. I'm going to tell you, keep doing that, ladies. A whole lot of women out here are going to continue to be single because that's not how it should be. Because I can tell you right now, when I was out with my female friends and everything, and it's about 4 or 5 or 6 of us sitting there, and a man can walk up to the table getting ready to ask me to dance, but that's why I can kind of tell what's going on, because when a man come approaching the table, everybody's like, honey, I sure hope he don't ask me to dance, because I don't want to dance with him, honey. Honey, girl, look at his haircut. Look at his hairline. His hairline he ain't even got a good shape up. He ain't even got a good line up. And then when the man come to the table, and they say, hey, you want to dance? I say, sure. And I get up and dance. I'm not going to say no because all of them had something negative to say about that man before he approached the table. It's just a certain way. Everybody has to have their own mind. But it seems like what this man here was saying is kind of true, ladies. And we got to admit, when, be honest, is that a lot of times women do not talk to the men, or if the men come to the table, everybody is real snappy and everything because everybody at the table is looking at the man with their nose turned up when he was approaching them. Everybody got, they just like they made themselves up with sour lemons, just all chewed up and honey, now he ain't for me. Okay, he might not be for that one. Everybody can't have the same taste of man. Because now y'all going to be fighting over the same man. Somebody should have a different taste in men. And how you know anyway that man Barbara didn't fuck up his line up by mistake or something. Now you're holding his line up of his haircut against him. And don't know what that man have. That man could be making 6 figures. Or either 5 figures. You never know. But because you're going by a line up, or because of a little stain on the shirt and all that, everybody got their nose turned up and most likely probably missed their soulmate. by being so damn picky and listening to their other friends that they're with. So we have to look at that too, ladies. So I can understand, because that man said he go to the table and women be like, honey, you too short. Honey, you broke. Honey, how do y'all know all that? You just turn them down because in that type of way, because you don't want to be bothered with them. But it's a way to turn down everybody. Men, it's a way to turn down a female, and females, there are a way to turn down a man without being so damn rude. Now, that's exactly why there's a lot of people who are out here single. And because they are not. But if you notice, women, think about it. When you're by yourself and you're out, or you out at a club, or you go to a single mixers or something like that, when you out by yourself, it seems like more men approach you than when you are with 5 and 6 or 3 women. They rather not approach you because they know that you're not going to have that show out mentality when you're by yourself. But then when you get with your girls, now everybody want to show out. Baby. I'm looking for 6 feet tall, looking handsome, and all that. Just bypass the rest of them. And that you looking for might not be for you. And might not be, and that might be what you want. But is that what you need? See, wanting and needing are 2 different things. And it could be a man in there that you really need, that can do something for you, that can provide for you, that can treat you very well, that can love you very well. But because you got stuck in your mind this type of Billy D. Williams, LL Cool J, or whatever y'all want to say type figure, y'all dismissing every man in the damn club, which one of them men could have been for your ass. And then wonder why a lot of women are running around single. And a lot of that is why. And y'all talk shit about a man car. Y'all could be outside the club and then a man pull up in an old car and be like, girl, I sure hope you don't get out trying to talk to me, because I ain't, not in that old ass car. But let me tell y'all something. He could be driving the old ass car to the event, but have a Lamborghini at home in a 3-car garage. But you would never know it because you so focused on what he's driving right then. Didn't even take the time to have a decent conversation with the man who's driving an old car. So then when you have a conversation with him and get to know him and y'all talking, then you'll realize, oh, he just said in his conversation, yeah, I drive this because I don't want my Lamborghini to be scarred up out here. People hop out their cars, open up their car door, and scar up my Lamborghini, so I left it at home. See, you never would know that story, because the only thing you did was saw that he pulled up in this old ass car, and first thing hit you, I sure hope he don't come over here trying to talk to me and that old ass. He looking at me too. He know, hell nah, he might as well look at somebody else. Don't look at me, honey, because he got that old ass car. It ain't nothing we can do with that. I'm not getting in that. But see, sometimes you can block your blessings by not seeing what's going on. Because I have a friend that he does that. He does not drive his luxury cars to bars and to events because he don't like for his shit to get scarred up. And so he would drive one of his older model cars. And you wouldn't imagine how many women walk right past him and not knowing that he have all this shit. But they'll walk past him because they see him in his old ass car parking. Okay? But if he goes somewhere in one of his luxury cars, now women are standing all right by, easing up by the car because they want to talk to him. See, women, we got to change a lot of that. We really do. We have to change a lot of that. But I'm going to tell you right now, family, there was at this here event, those women was there, beautiful black women. and no men showed up. You know, and then you have some women be like, honey, I sure hope he don't walk over here with that double-decker neck. Oh, Lord, he got a double-decker neck, and he got, he better, I don't want him to come over here, or I don't want her to come over here. She got a double-decker neck, and all that. See, people, you blocking something that could be for you with that type of attitude. And like I said, sometimes you can want something, but is that what you really need? And a lot of people need to understand that. Because how do you go to a single event? I can't understand how women can take an hour and a half to put on clothes, makeup, get their hair done, spend all this money, get G'd up and looking all nice, fresh, and sexy and everything, and get to a club or an event and sit there with their damn nose turned up. Well, then you should have stayed at home, because obviously you like being single. Because when you go to places like that, you got your nose up in the air. And with a place like this, you're supposed to be open for approach from anyone, not just who you want to approach you. At an event like this, you're supposed to be open to anyone approaching you. And it should be that way. I know y'all hear a plane. I don't know if it's out. Okay. Trying to wait till the plane go past, family. But sorry about that. But anyway, you have to be open for approach. No matter if you're in a club, you're at a party, you at a singles mixer event or whatever. Women and men, if you are single and you're going to these places, and you're going to these places because most likely you looking for a companion, your soulmate. But having your nose stuck up in the air and your ass on your forehead is not going to get you no damn well. It's really not. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. Women, at this here single event, I always tell people that when you go to an event like this and everybody was talking about, oh, look at all these beautiful black women and no men showed up or anything like that. Women, when you sitting at an event like that, don't any men show up, let me tell y'all, you can go to a boat show. You see a lot of single people, men or women. Go to boat shows, events, and things like that. Go to festivals, go to car shows, go to city events, city official events, go to sports events, clubs and bars and things like that. You can go, it just don't have to be no singles mixer event or anything like that, Now, I told y'all I had a bombshell right here at the end of this. So let me show y'all this bombshell right quick so y'all can see this. And a lot of people was talking about, they've been talking about this all week, family. Oh, the men didn't show up to the mixer event, and the black men didn't want to be bothered with the black women, and left those black women out there by themselves and all that good stuff. Well, family, that was a chick who posted that single event, most likely kind of early. And that was the lady, she posted all over the internet. At the singles event, no men showed up, and this, that, and everybody ran with it. But for some reason, something told me to wait. And I said, I just can't see a whole bunch of men not showing up to a single event. You mean to tell me not 2 or 3 men showed up? So as I waited, everybody ran with the first story. Nobody showed up. No black men showed up. No men showed up and all that. But check this out, family, because it was another woman who was there and saw the video that this lady, the first lady, posted to say no men showed up, right? So then the lady said, yes, they did show up. It's a lot of men showed up. Now this is when the other men showed up. So the men showed up late, family. They showed up late. Look at that. There's a man. There's a man right there. Look at that. There's a man over there. All these men in here. Look at that. Oh, now they having a good time. See, all of the men showed up. They just showed up late, family. That's all it was. And so many people ran with the story that the black men didn't show up at this event. That was the first chick. Look at all these beautiful women and handsome and fine men. Oh, Lord, these men here looking good. Look at him. See, they showed up at the event. Look at the men back there. Look at that family. So they did show up. Look at all the men back here. You got men all back there and everything. So it looks like they had a very good time. See, look at that. Look at that family. There was a lot of men there. The men showed up. They just showed up later. So this is a lady who said, yeah, this lady here posted that no black men showed up. No, they showed up late. That's what it was. And they say, look at it. Ooh, they got some fine men up in here. Look at that family. So they had some beautiful black women there. They had handsome men there. And it was all, look at that. So yeah. So they was all there. The men just came a little late. That's all it was. The men just came a little late, family. So it looked like they had a very nice time at this event. And everything did seem to go well. And they said that the men came later because there was a basketball game or final game or something like that going on, family. So the men came to this event later. But the black men did show up. The black men did show up, family. And so it looks like everybody had a great time at that single mixer event. And looked like, some people might have got lucky and found them a date or found them a soulmate or whatever whatever they was looking for. But it do look like everybody there had a great time. And that's what I wanted to show y'all with that. But I noticed that when this, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to have to exit out of this, family. But I noticed that when the first video came out of this lady, she put the video out saying, at a singles mixer and no men showed up, this and that. You wouldn't believe how all of a sudden black men and black women start talking bad about each other. You had the black men talking about, don't nobody want to show up there because black women got attitude. Black women, they don't know how to act. They rude. They don't know how to treat us. Kind of what this here man was saying. But what that man was saying inside the video, some of it is right. But when that first video came out, it was so many black women and black men going at it on the internet about why the black women was sitting there by themselves and why the black men didn't show up. And everything was negative. Everything was negative. And I was saying, this just don't seem right. To be at an event like this and not one or two guys showed up at this event. So I waited before I did this story. And that's when it come to find out, those men did show up. They did show up. But at the time, it was so many black women and black men that was just saying so many negative things about each other. The black women was saying, oh, well, black men don't want to find a good woman and they don't like good women. They like thoughts and they would have ran to a thought party, but they don't want to run to a professional single party where you have professional women and things there. Then you had the men on the other side saying, nah, that's not it. It's just that y'all got bad attitudes and that y'all don't know how to act and that y'all always want to throw your heavy nose turned up in the air. And y'all like, I mean, black women and black men were going at each other's throat when that first video came out. And then when the second video came out of another woman that said, yeah, that lady there put that out. That was at the very beginning of this thing. But later on, there were a lot of men that showed up. Here it goes right here. And then this second woman posted when all the men showed up and how much fun they all had. They said it was an amazing event. Said they had a great time and it was a lot of men there. Now it looked like the ratio was about 3 women to 1 man, but it was a lot of men still there. Okay, and it looked like they was having a very good time. But what I'm saying is some people will put out videos, family, of something like that first lady put that first video out. But some people will put out videos like this just to start some mess and shit between the black woman and the black man. Oh, because that's exactly what happened all over the internet. If y'all punch it in, single mixer, that you're going to see men had negative things to say on why the men didn't show up. Then you had some women doing some things, videos and stuff about why the men didn't show up. And you know, going back and forth on how this one ain't this and that one ain't that. So it seems like to me that it's a lot of time people put out videos just to start some shit between the black community. Because then they had all that beef going on between each other about this first video. And then when the second video came out, ain't nobody said nothing. Now, I seen some other guy, he talked about, hey, y'all, I want to come back and say the black guys did show up. So, hey, look at this. Look at that. It's about 1 or 2 men that corrected themselves and said, hey, the guys did show up for these beautiful black women, you know? But the majority of people didn't even come back and say nothing. They didn't even come back and say, hey, y'all, my bad. The black brothers did show up. The black brothers didn't leave the black sisters hanging. You know, the black brothers did come and enjoy themselves with the black sisters. Didn't come back and correct themselves. See, that's why I waited, family. Because I said, just don't seem right. I travel all over this United States. And I just haven't never seen anything like that. Even if somebody is passing, a man is passing by and see a whole bunch of black women there. But wait a minute, he gonna come in there and say, hey, what's going on in there? Can I come in there? How much is it? If one man at least would have did it. And I just found it hard to believe that no men showed up, and I was right. They came later because they was all at like, it was a big tournament or big basketball finals or championship or something going on that the men were somewhere watching all that or probably went to the game or whatever and decided, hey, after the ball game is over with, then we'll go to the single mixer event. So that's how that was, family. So, you know, men and women, when you go out to these events and stuff, stop being so tender-booted and acting like you don't want to be bothered with nobody or don't want to talk to a man, don't want to talk to a woman and all that. Because, hey, if you out there, you looking for somebody. If you out there and you knowing that you don't have anybody and you say, well, I'm going to go out tonight and you have a couple of drinks and you run into somebody and you are single, stop acting tender-booted like you don't want to damn talk to nobody and all that. You can have ain't nobody saying go home with these folks the same night, but damn, you can at least have a damn conversation and stop being so damn stuck up and tender-booty and shit like you don't want to talk to nobody, because if you keep acting like that, you're always going to be single. That's all I got to say about that. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage, and we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from your goals and success. Bye-bye.